Hello. I mentioned in class that you could use iNaturalist to get to know your natives better. And so here, let me show you how I do that. So notice here in the URL, the base URL is inaturalist.org/taxa. And if you click that, you open a general search environment and we'll look up Aqualesia. And we will get to this like fact sheet basically. And there's fact sheets in USDA plants database as well, but this is pretty extensive and has way more photos. And so first you can find out like you can follow people who are taking photos of plants you like. Kurt is the Southeast chapter chair. So he's taken more photos of this plant than anyone in Colorado. And then here you can also notice the seasonality of it, right? When are people taking photos of it? Pretty much when it's flowering. So that will help you to get a sense for blooms for all seasons. And then around here in the middle of the page, you can see a map of all the observations, which is wonderful. You can see, have people observe this plant where you live? And then we can also, we were on the About tab, and we can look at the taxonomy. We can also look at its status, if it has any conservation status. And then we can look for some similar species. So in the case of Aqualesia, we have other species within the genus that are different colors. And I will note here, although I have probably mentioned this before, if you plant Colorado blue columbine next to other columbine species, they will hybridize and the colors will change over time. So this is a great tool, and I want to go back to the About page and show you one other thing. So in addition to the information that's right here, which includes, general elevation ranges, distribution, notes about cultivation, more photos, more references. On the right side of the page, there's a bunch of links, some of which I've already mentioned to you. So I regularly use USDA plants database, and your extension agents do as well. And then also SciNet, which is Southwest Colorado or southwestwildflowers.org. SciNet is also verifying location based on herbaria specimen. And some of these other tools are more global in nature. I don't know how to describe them. I haven't used all of these before, but I'm sure some of them are quite useful. And so that's how I'm developed the plant list for you to include special information. And then I also want to point you towards The Flora of Colorado by Jennifer Ackerfield, who is a longtime CONIP supporter. She has developed a Flora of Colorado that everyone in CONIPS is using. There is older flora by William Weber, but it's falling out of favor as time goes on. The reason why I point you to the flora is this is a dichotomous key, and although gardeners don't typically get into the identification with dichotomous keys of the plants in their garden, it is very useful in terms of finding out about the specific habitat and Colorado location of all the species. On the right side of the pages, on the right side of every identification, there's a tiny little map, and it shows you all the counties in which the species have been observed. And you can buy the Flora of Colorado from the CONIPS bookstore. So check that out. All right, I look forward to talking to you soon.